Alright, YouTubers, this is Jim Kiefer, and I'm here in my basement. Uh-oh, REM pod's going on. Anyway, I never had any interest in ghosts or spirits or ghost hunting pretty much all my life. It was up until a couple of years ago that we had a bat incident in this house. We never had bats in this house. And all of a sudden we had a bat flying around in the basement, came upstairs, living room and bedrooms, and did that 3 different times. We finally capped off the chimney, and that solved the bat problem. But in the meantime, I had put cameras, which I had never had before, in the basement and in other parts of the house to observe for any bat activity, because we didn't want to see any more bats in the house. Anyway, I had bought these, I bought some of these Wise cameras from Amazon, and they're pretty reasonable. They're only like maybe 20, well, now with the prices, everything's going up. $25, $30 maybe. And they have version 2, version 3. I got a lot of version 2s, and I'm not sure what version this is, but, oh, this is a version 3. Okay. But the difference is between version 2 and version 3 is that they're just the infrared light's a little better, and it's got other features in it too. But the version 2 is good. Make a long story short, when I started putting these cameras in to look for bat activity, I discovered that there was other kinds of activity going on in the house, in the way of these lights, balls of lights coming through at different times. And it wasn't dust particles. It wasn't acting like dust particles. And eventually we discovered that it was like orbs, spirit orbs. And they would come through at various times. Some just a few, and then at other times it was quite a few. Like there was a portal opening up, which in the past couple of years, this all started around 2019, 2020 in August. And like I said, I was not interested in ghosts at the time. I had no desire, and we never had any issues. We lived in this house for almost 38 years. So anyway, with these cameras showing me what I was seeing, I'm saying to my wife, we have ghosts in this house. We have spirits in this house. And I started getting little bits and pieces of equipment here and there to observe more activities and to follow up on what I was believing to be spirit orbs. And no more bat activity, which is good, because like I said, we had the chimney sealed off there with a screen. And I've got some interesting videos. I put a couple up on YouTube, which you've been able to see. But it's an everyday occurrence. Like I say, some days more than others. And the time of day varies. They're here all the time, but the bulk of the activity is in the evening, night. Like from around, I don't know, 8 o'clock at night till about 5 o'clock in the morning. And that's when you see the most activity. And seasonal, well, that varies too. I've seen seen quite a lot of activity in the winter, but mostly between you know July, actually August. August is the month for some reason that the bulk of the activity, where they come in hordes, they come through, they pass through. Where they're coming from, where they're going, I don't know. I'm grateful they don't stay. We haven't had any bad activities here in the house. Haven't seen any apparitions. Anyway, these cameras are very good for picking up spirit orbs with the infrared cameras in darkness. So even if you've never had any issues, like we never did, you get a camera like this and put it up, you'll find out whether you have any activity or not. Spirit orbs are not uncommon. They're pretty much everywhere. But the numbers that we've had here in this house over the past couple of years since I've been using these is tremendous. And I also have one of these facing, it's inside my porch, but it's facing out the window from my backyard. And that's where I caught my UFO activity. It was just, I think 2020, 2021, maybe. It was on my birthday that I noticed something odd on the outside camera, because it just captures like 15-second clips. And when I was going through the clips, I saw something that didn't look right, and it was the UFO. To me, it was an unidentified flying object that had come down between my house and my neighbor's house. And then the very next day, it came again. I caught it on the camera. It appeared, disappeared, appeared again, and then it took off to see what looks like some type of distortion that it creates as it moves through the air and the atmosphere, almost like a wormhole. I found that fascinating. I didn't look into UFOs in the past years either. Ghost UFOs were, not my thing. But since I've been seeing them, on these cameras, and I found out pretty much, not that I put on YouTube, but they're out there all the time. If you put a camera and aim it towards the sky, and make sure you have some trees or something to give perspective to what you're looking at in the sky, it'll escape you, because it happens so fast. It's like a blink. You blink your eye and you miss it. But if you put it on your computer, even a 15-second clip, like I got from here, you slow it down and you watch things. I don't know how many frames per second that is. I think these are 750p. But you slow it down and you can actually see where it appears, and how does it go from that point to this point so damn fast. Birds don't travel that fast. I mean, I've got plenty of birds on here, and you could roll them out rather quickly. But these other things you can't, especially with the distortion that you see when you zoom in on it. So they're there all the time. What they are, where they come from, I don't know. But they're there all the time. They're always up there. Want to find out for yourself? Get you one of these little cheap Wise cameras, $25, $30. Or get something else And like I say, aim it at the sky, keep it low enough where you see the horizon, there's some trees or something for perspective. And then see for yourself. Okay, enough of that. Put that back there. Now, I'm doing this short video today because I'm going to have a session of about 10 minutes with the spirits. I know I put a couple of EVPs up on the YouTube channel, and they're actually pretty clear. Well, over the past couple of years, I don't do this all the time. I only do it once in a while. And by once in a while, I mean once every few months. I might come down and casually talk to the air, asking if there are any spirits around. You know, most times I don't get anything. And other times I get some really clear answers, like what I put on YouTube. So, again, in the past couple of years, since the bat incident, since I've been seeing orbs on my Wise Cam, I did buy some equipment to help me with my search for answers. What's going on? Spirits, ghosts, demons, I don't know. I don't want any demons in this house, that's for sure. I always say when I start the session and I end the session, you know, I start the session by saying I only want good spirits, good entities, if that's what they are. And at the end, I always tell them, you know, thank you for coming, and at this time, you need to go back where you were. And have you staying in this house. But we don't want any demons or bad entities. So, I got more equipment than what you see out here. What this is right here is just an old Fender amplifier, which I modified with a noise gate and a reverb unit that I bought off of Amazon. And I'm not asking you to subscribe so I can get numbers and get money. I'm just saying that you can get everything here off of Amazon or eBay. This little thing is just a piece of copper wire. I only put it there. I don't know if it does anything. I saw it on YouTube, so I got a roll of copper wire from Amazon and I put it on. You know, if you touch it, it's supposed to enhance things, I guess. These blue lights are just fairy lights. Works on 2 AA batteries. Again, Amazon. Strip lights at Five Below, which is a store that everything's $5 or below. And it's just a strip light you plug in that responds to sound. And this is just a cell phone that I use. I have a couple of apps on there. I got Necrophonic. That's the one I'm using right now. There's a couple other apps that I got that are basically free, that are good also, that help me communicate with the spirit. Anyway, I'll let you, well, I won't hit that button right now. Anyway, you can see I got a REM pod. I did spend money to buy a REM pod. That was my big purchase about a year ago or so. I really don't care for it. I know they use it on TV a lot. Yeah, does it work? Yeah. At least when I come close to really had any communications with spirits with the REM pod. I got the ghost meter, which when you turn it on, it makes a little noise. And I suppose I've had a little success with this as far as when there's activity, it does move. But again, that's up to you. And of course, I got a Ouija board on the floor. I do not use it. I mean, I haven't played the game, if that's what you want to call it. I haven't put my hands on the planchette or tried to talk to spirits while I'm using it. No, I just have it on the floor. It's there. If they want to, if they're here and they want to move it, they can. This is just another version, works on battery. Got it from Amazon too. Another version of this right here. Plasma light. So with the sound, if spirits talk, you can see it. It just adds more effect. It's not necessary. As far as the REM pod is concerned, like I say, it does work. But I found, why pay $150, $175, whatever, $200 for the REM pod when you can make your own? Amazon sells these devices. They're called you hang them on the doorknob. They come with a strap. You hang them on the doorknob, and if somebody touches the doorknob from the other side, it beeps. It's a proximity alarm. It does the same thing as the REM pod, basically. And they're cheap. They're like $10 a piece. And if you're somewhat handy, you can buy a pack of antennas, which I did. I think there were 6 antennas in a pack for a few bucks. Little short antennas here. Oh, see? And I put LED lights on so that, like right here, that's green, that's red. So if I'm talking to a spirit and they're so inclined, they can approach the green for yes and the red for no. And my raggedy end dome, just a plain old raggedy end dome. I stuck one of those units in there, no antenna, but I did put wires in the legs and the arms up to the head. And I put an LED light below the chin so that if you approach it, it'll go off. And it's one of those trigger props. Also using today an EM pump. I think it works on 2A, AAA batteries. I got this off eBay. But then I realized, why spend money and order something when you can make your own? I mean, of course you need some of the equipment. All you need is a little motor from a toy car or something that spins, and put a rare earth magnet on it and just glue it. And as the motor turns and spins the magnet, it puts out electromagnetic energy into the air. It's supposed to enhance the spirit's ability to use the devices you have. Over here you can't see it, but I have one of those ionic breezes. It's very quiet. It puts negative ions out into the air. Not meant for ghost hunting, but if it puts negative ions out in the air, it's like being around in a thunderstorm, thunder and lightning, where you have, the lightning puts out ozone or But anyway, it's supposed to help. Well, I got more things that I picked up in the last couple of years, but that's what I'm using today. Oh, also, there's a device out there you can find at Go Stop and other places. It's a passive infrared device that where if a spirit or even a person passes in front of it, it triggers music, like a music box. But they want a few $100s for the thing. If you go on Amazon, you could find these passive infrared devices that allow you to record whatever music you want on it, including music box sound. Like this here. I got this from Amazon, probably around $10, $15. And I just downloaded my own music to it. So when a spirit triggers it, I just turned it on, so it takes a few seconds to trigger. All right, now, well, oh, there it goes. That's the music I put on there. You can put whatever music you want on there if you want it. If the ghost triggers it, it's going to play it. And you can put multiple ones on there and have it played in sequence or in random. It's a good deal. Save yourself $150, $200. All right. It played that one. Now it's ready to go for the next one. I'm wondering why this thing keeps going off, the REM pod. Is there a spirit nearby? Well, let us find out. Let me turn my, another thing to use is a voice recorder. Because a lot of times when you're talking to the spirits, you can't really hear. All right, let's reset that. When you're talking, maybe my battery's not good. All right. That's another thing I recorded onto that device. Okay. Anyway, always have a voice recorder when you're talking to spirits because you can't always understand what they're saying to you when you're talking to them. Sometimes it comes through pretty clear, other times not. And when you play it back, that's when you really hear if there's anything there or not. And if there is, sometimes it's quiet. And you have to amplify it a little bit more to hear it. So this gives you the opportunity to do that. Sometimes I could be sitting here talking to the air, think I'm talking to spirits, and I don't hear anything. I'm thinking it's a wasted 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And when I listen back, I actually hear what happened. Comes in handy. Yep. Tried and true K2 meter. There's no sound on this, but I did put a little speaker on the back, a beeper of some kind, so that when you turn it on, it will let you know if there's anything there, so you can actually hear. Okay. we use that too. Alright, we put that down there. So basically we got two K2 meters. Yes and no. The Spirit music box. The doll trigger. This is just a bigger version of that's just a bigger version of what that little thing is, the plasma ball. I got my holy water, blessed bright priest. And these devices here, they detect the work line. There it goes. It just detects electromagnetic energy. If there's a lightning strike nearby, this thing will light up. So, we got that too. And this one, I hooked a little alarm up to, so it does make a little bit of a noise. So, we got our recorder. Oh, and also, don't forget your flashlight. Now, I know you've seen this many times on TV where the spirits will turn a flashlight on. Yeah, that's fine and well. I've had them do it here when I'm talking to them. The hard, when you adjust these flashlights, especially the kind that where just barely make contact, it could do it on its own without any spirit activity. The hard part is getting the spirit, if there is one here, to turn the light back off. And I've had them do that. So, if we turn it on to the point where it's just barely touching, okay. So, if the light goes on, it could be doing it on its own. But if you ask a spirit to turn it off and it turns it off, that's a whole new ballgame. Especially when you ask them to turn it on again, it comes on and it goes out, you know? Oh, yep. All right, we got yeah, I triggered the music box again. All right, so if we are ready, music box is on, but I'm not over there, so I'm not going to trigger it right now. I got the yes and no, green and red lights for my own homemade REM pod. This REM pod I turned off because it was acting up, maybe the battery's low. I got my 2 EMF meters and my, actually my EMF lights, the blue lights there. Got my trigger doll. Let's turn on necrophonic. And we'll turn the lights down for ambience. How's that? Oh, let's turn on our recorder. Turn the volume up a little bit. Okay, I put my recorder down. And now waiting for spirits to come. All right, spirits. If there are any spirits in this house or nearby, as long as you're good and as long as you're not a demon, I would like to talk to you if you're interested in talking. So I'm going to open this session. That's going to last about 10 minutes. Okay? So consider the session open for any spirit that is here and interested in talking. I have various devices on the floor and on that box. I have a flashlight that you can turn on. I have my homemade REM pods. There's, I think, green on the left for yes, red on the right for no. I have 2 EMF meters on the floor, and I have a doll, if you're interested in the doll. You can approach these devices and they'll let me know that you're here. I also have a Ouija board, which if you'd like to move the planchette, you can do that. So, do we have any spirits here right now? I know it's only about it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so this isn't the ideal time for when I normally see spirit orbs, but if there's any spirit orbs or spirits in this house or nearby, would you like to communicate at this time? Feel free to use the device on my left here to manipulate the energy to create your words to respond, and I'll try to understand you. So, do we have any spirits with us today? How many spirits are here with me now? 12? Did I hear 12? Oh. And who would like to be first to talk? All right, you guys gotta do better manipulating that energy to better make me understand what you're saying. Well, I understand there's a few spirits here, so what can I do for you today? If there is a spirit that is here with me now that would like to communicate, approach one of those 2 antennas out there. The one on the left is green. It will light up a green light for yes, and the one on the right will light up red for no. So is there anyone here that would like to communicate? You can also turn the flashlight on, which is right in the center between those 2 devices. Do you spirits like this program that I'm using right now, the necrophonic program? Sounds like you don't like it. Is there anyone out there that would like to talk? Someone is looking for help today? Can you tell me what my name is? Can you tell me what my name is? Feel free to approach any of these devices that are on the floor or on the box there to let us know, let me know you're here. Is there anyone here? You want me to try another program? No? One says no, one says yes, one says I don't care.